My name is Josh Zander. I'm the teaching professional at Stanford University Golf Course and at Presidio Golf Course in San Francisco. Today I want to talk to you about a concept called the D-plane. The D-plane was introduced to us years ago back in the early 70s by a physicist by the name of Theodore Jorgensen in a book called The Physics of Golf. The D-plane helps us understand what makes the ball curve left and what makes the ball curve to the right. In order to get the coordinates for the D-plane, we need to understand what the path is doing at the moment of impact and what the club face is doing at the moment of impact. When I teach, I use a TrackMan, and this gives me those precise measurements. Let's use these two sticks to understand the D-plane. So I'm going to call this bottom stick the path and this top stick the face. Let's say the path at the moment of impact is pointing directly at the target and the club face is pointing directly at the target. Here we are with a little bit of loft on the club face, and you can see that forms a vertical line. That's a vertical D-plane. That means your ball is going to fly dead straight. The ball will always spin on a 90-degree axis to the plane of the D-plane. So if my D-plane is vertical like this, you can think of your golf ball as being airplane wings and your ball is flying dead straight. Let's play around with this a little bit. Let's say at the moment of impact your path is going 4 degrees to the right and your club face is pointing directly at the target. Can you see now how the D-plane is tilted to the left? That means your airplane wings are now this way and your ball is curving to the left, or a hook if you're a right-handed golfer. Let's now take that path and let's move the path more to the left. Now the D-plane is tilted to the right. That means now your golf ball will be spinning to the right of the target, or slicing if you're a right-handed golfer. And you can go ahead and play around with these. You can make your club face do different things. Notice how the D-plane changes as my club face points more left, how my D-plane changes as my club face points more right. Notice how my D-plane changes as my path goes more to the right. Notice how my D-plane changes as my path goes more to the left. So you can play around, and there's an ultimate amount of combinations to make your ball do different things. Now, how you decide to make your club face point left or right and how you decide to make your path go more into out, that's purely up to the golfer. But the bottom line is we have a face at the moment of impact and we have a path at the moment of impact. And the combination of those two form the D-plane. Now let's talk about why you seem to see more curve on lower lofted clubs than you do on higher lofted clubs. If you think about it, it's really hard to hook an 8-iron, but it's pretty easy to hook a driver. Let's use that example. Let's say I take an 8-iron and my path is, let's call it 10 degrees to the right, and my club face is 2 degrees closed. All right, now we have a plane that looks like this. We got a little bit of draw on our golf ball, and it might draw a few yards. But now let's take those same coordinates and apply it to a driver with a less lofted club. So now we have that path going this way, 10 degrees, and the club face a little bit closed. Now all of a sudden, whoa, we've got a D-plane that's so significantly tilted that our airplane wings are going like this, and our ball is diving out of the sky. So that same swing, which produced a nice little draw with your 8-iron, just snap hooked your driver out of bounds. So the bottom line is, the more loft you have on your club face, the more vertical your D-plane is, the more vertical your D-plane is, the straighter the ball goes. So do we have it all figured out, this ball flight thing? The answer is yes, if you hit the ball in the center of the club face. If you don't hit the ball in the center of the club face, now we have a problem, and that problem is called the gear effect. The gear effect simply works like this. When one gear goes one way, the other gear has the opposite going on. So let's use an example of hitting a driver off the toe. When the ball strikes the toe, the club face opens. So the club face is going this way, the ball has the opposite spin, it's going to the left. When you hit it off the heel, the club face closes, it has the opposite spin, curves the ball to the right. So you could have a club face that's closed to the path, which would give our D-plane looking like this, which means the ball's going to hook, but you happen to hit it off the heel and the ball's sliced. So the gear effect will always trump the D-plane. So what I do when I'm teaching, if I see somebody who should be hooking the golf ball with their path and face, but they're still slicing it, I put some spray on the face to show them you're hitting it off the heel. Let's do something mechanically that helps you hit it more off the center of the face, and then you can get that nice draw you've been working on. Once you understand the D-plane, and once you can consistently hit the ball in the center of the club face, you can become a great shot maker on the golf course. And great shot making leads to better scores.